a lot, Professor Paul Duchnop. This conference would not have been made possible without a very generous co-hostship and financial support from the Korea Institute for International Economic Policy. So I'd like to invite Dr. Wook Chae from KIEP, the president of KIEP, for his welcoming.
As been introduced, my name is Wook Chae, the president of KIEP. Since this is really informal and a very important seminar, let me read the prepared welcoming remarks. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for joining us today for this conference, EU-Korea and Economic Integration of East Asia. After the Lehman Brothers bankruptcy in 2008, the world economy has been in a terrible situation. This happened 4 years ago, and yet many economists predict that this sluggish development of the world economy will continue even in 2013. Our neighbor, the EU, has been seriously affected by the Lehman Brothers incident as well. According to Eurostat, the GDP growth rate of the EU was 0.3% in 2008 and worsened to minus 4.3% in 2009. To make matters worse, the EU was hit by severe sovereign debt crisis, which was set off from the southern European countries, requiring immense amount of financial support. Despite these challenges, the EU has been surviving as an economic community. Some people say that the southern European countries are struggling because they have joined the community. This may be partially true. However, I think it is the other way around. If the EU has not formed itself as a regional community to respond to the challenges in coordinated actions, and if the southern European countries have not joined the EU, the consequences could have been much different. To speak of Asia, regional integration in Northeast Asia has been discussed since the end of 1980s. During the past 20 years, market-led functional economic integration has been progressing, especially amongst Korea, China, and Japan. According to KIEP's research, the share of intra-regional trade in 1990 was 12.3%, while it increased to 22.5% in 2010. Including Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan, intra-regional trade records as high as 37.3%. Moreover, Northeast Asia has been showing efforts for institutionalization. It began from the ASEAN Player 3 summit meeting in 1999, which developed into annual trilateral summit meetings since 2008. Currently, the Trilateral Cooperation Secretariat is actively serving its duty. Indeed, Asia is not exactly the same as the EU. We do not have to follow the exact footsteps of the EU. However, Northeast Asia and Asia as a wider scope is relatively a late runner in regional integration. Although we have been successful so far, we can still utilize the European experience for efficient and better developments of regional integration by minimizing trial and error. In this sense, this conference is a meaningful event for all of us, enabling us to share the experiences of both Europe and Asia to search for complementary aspects in regional integration and to reinforce the ties between the regions. KIEP has been supporting numerous events connecting Korea, Asia, and the EU, including the operation of the first European Commission-sponsored EU Center in Korea. I am glad that KIAP has the opportunity to take part in strengthening the relationship between Korea, East Asia, and the EU, as well as to make contributions for further developments towards East Asian regional integration. I am certain that we will be able to come up with a fruitful outcome in today's conference. Welcome, and thank you again for your participation. Thank you.
Korean University, and especially Graduate School of International Studies and Division of International Studies, have been very in close cooperation with the European Union delegation to Korea. And Ambassador Tomasz Kozlowski has never said no to my invitation to deliver lecture, special lecture or welcoming remarks. And I'd like to invite him for another one. So, Tomasz Kozlowski.
Minister An, Dr. Kim, another Dr. Kim, dear colleagues, friends, it's my real pleasure to be with you today and to join you in order to discuss extremely important issues, the EU-Korea partnership, EU-Korea relations, and economic integration in East Asia. I welcome very much this initiative, and I'm always very supportive to exchanges not only among governmental officials and politicians representing the both sides, but as well discussions, exchanges of views among representatives of our academic cycles. This is extremely important. As Dr. Kim mentioned, we as governmental officials, we need policy recommendations from you. We need your wise ideas how we may improve, how we may bring our relations forward. That's why I would like to congratulate organizers of this conference, and please rely on my support and cooperation in the future. And I would like to attract your attention to not only to the topic or the theme of our conference, but what is written about it, a new global agenda for EU-Korea partnership. This slogan is very wisely formulated, and it contains the truth. It reflects what we are really doing in our bilateral relations. And there has been a truly dynamic evolution of EU-Korea relations over the last 3 years, a relationship that was dominated by trade and economic interest is now developing into a mature strategic partnership. There are important reasons why the political aspects of our relations is developing. As the EU has honed its foreign policy making capacity over the last 10 years, so Korea has built a stronger global political role in line with its economic weight. The EU sees Korea as not only a like-minded partner. Our relationship is founded on shared values and common interests, and a determination to promote them on the world stage. Moreover, Korea is located in East Asia, in a region crucial for global economy and for peace and stability. The acceleration in the development of relations has been based on 3 pillars of the FTA, the Framework Agreement, and the Declaration of Strategic Partnership. The Free Trade Agreement is the most ambitious agreement of its kind ever entered into by the European Union. The Framework Agreement is an expression of the political will of the 2 partners to cooperate on a range of political, security, and global issues. The declaration of a strategic partnership is a recognition that we are actors that can make a difference at the global stage. The three pillars have created the most comprehensive and modern contractual relationship the EU has with any country in Asia. They are not simple slogans. The agreements have already led to substantive and tangible action. At the time of economic crisis, the FTA is an invaluable instrument to ensure that our companies can grasp all opportunities available. The strategic partnership and the framework agreement are facilitating substantive cooperation on foreign security issues. The cooperation is being instrumentalized through the high-level political dialogue, and Minister Ahn is a co-chair of this dialogue. This dialogue has already established a dense network of dialogues and consultations on a number of important issues for both sides related to global, regional, and international issues. We have launched dialogues on human rights, on development assistance, on situation on the Korean Peninsula, on development aid, on crisis management and post-conflict resolution. And the development of EU-Korea relations into these practical areas of cooperation will continue. I'm absolutely convinced. And ladies and gentlemen, the EU has very clearly defined security, economic, and trade interests in this part of the world, in East Asia. That's why we are very much interested in contributing to peace, stability, and security. That's why, by its nature, we are very much interested in developing regional architecture in East Asia with well-established, rule-based institutions. That's why, from the beginning, I have paid a lot of attention to the trilateral cooperation between China, Japan, and Korea. I and my delegation have established good relations with the trilateral secretariat, with Ambassador Shin, and we are ready to share our experience in a very open way. We are ready to talk on our achievements in the European integration process, but at the same time, we have made a lot of mistakes on our way. And of course, we are very far already in our integration process. The East Asia integration is at the beginning point, but we are very open. Please learn what we have done, what we are doing, and please decide what kind of experience can be used in promoting your regional integration. And we are very much open for it, and I invited Ambassador Shin and his secretariat to visit Brussels, to meet the Council Secretariat, to meet the European Commission, and to see how we are working to promote our European integration. Ladies and gentlemen, I can see that organizers of today's event have brought together a collection of powerful intellect and experience, and I'm sure that this will guarantee us a fruitful exchange on the future of EU-Korea relations, and I will be very happy to get your policy recommendations, and later on I hope that Minister Ahn will agree with me. We can sit as governmental officials and to see what is feasible, in what way we may make follow-up to your policy recommendations. I would like very much rely on your support. Thank you very much.